Today I like to talk about the Masters of Wisdom, also known as Rishis in the East. This mainly based on teachings of Benjamin Creme and Alice A. Bailey. Masters of Wisdom are men like us who have gone ahead of us in evolution and have now perfected themselves by the very same steps we are taking today. They have learned every lesson the earth has to teach them, have undergone every disappointment, humiliation, and pain, and are now members of the spiritual kingdom or the kingdom of God or heaven or nirvana. Therefore, the earth has no further help to offer them, and most of them may be in the process of moving to other higher planets within or outside our solar system, following one of the 7 paths of higher evolution. They have many names: the Great White Brotherhood, the Society of Illumined Minds, the Elder Brothers of Humanity, the Teachers, the Guides, the Mahatmas, the Masters of Wisdom and Lords of Compassion. As a group they are known as the spiritual hierarchy. Ordinary people refer to them as angels, and they are the angels mentioned in Christianity. They are the beings who listen to our prayers and help or save us when we are in some trouble or danger depending on our karma. Some of them have remained on Earth for millennia, living occultly in the mountainous and desert regions of Earth, beneficently overseeing the evolution of their fellow men and women. Some of them are quite well-known names in every field of human endeavor, both religious and secular, such as science, philosophy, literature, art, music, economics, politics, and religion. Those who are in physical incarnation, some of them were born to the world in the normal way, while others live in their self-created bodies of illusion or Maya Virupa. They do not suffer from diseases as we do not grow old as fast as we do, and some of them are thousands of years old. They do not even have to eat, drink or sleep, and can appear and disappear at will. They are omniscient, and some of them are omnipresent and are able to see the past, present and future as one in the eternal now. All the masters belong to one of the 7 major ashrams or groups depending on their soul ray, the 7 energies that control the universe. The first 3 energies are known as the Trinity. Master Moria or Saint Peter is a master in the first ray ashram. Master Kuthumi or Saint John the Beloved and Master Dijal Kul, the writer of Alice Bailey teachings, are in the second ray ashram. English Master is in the third ray ashram. Master Serapis, Mozart and Beethoven are masters in the fourth ray ashram. Master Hilarion or Saint Paul is a master in the 5th ray ashram. Master Jesus and the Master who was Madonna are in the 6th ray ashram. Master Rakoczy was a master in the 7th ray ashram. He was known as the Count Saint Germain, and, before that, in England, he was known as Roger Bacon and later again as Francis Bacon. He is now working through 3rd ray and is the Lord of Civilization. At present all the masters live in male bodies, and therefore there are no female masters. According to Benjamin Creme, the reason for this is that at the moment there is an excess of female energy on Earth, and therefore to balance this all the masters, when they take physical incarnation on Earth, take male bodies. Male and female energies are likely to come into equilibrium in about 250 years from now, and this will allow the masters to take female bodies. The first female master will incarnate around that time, and she will be Madonna, the mother of Jesus. But all masters can appear to people using temporary female bodies depending on circumstances. The head and leader of this group is a man by the name of Maitreya, and he is the world teacher. He is also the Christ, and 2000 years ago he manifested himself through his disciple Jesus by overshadowing him. Though there are 3 great lords, Christ, Manu, and Lord of Civilization, as we live in a second-ray solar system, and love wisdom is the main energy controlling this solar system, therefore, the Christ acts as the head and leader of the spiritual kingdom. He is so advanced that he embodies in his own body one aspect of the deity or God, the energy referred to as love or Christ consciousness. This entitles him to the title Christ. St. Paul referred to him as the teacher alike of angels and men. He is one of the first of our humanity, along with the Buddha, to attain divinity. According to esoteric tradition, masters used to live openly on Earth about 80,000 years ago, during the time of Atlantean civilization. At that time there was a war between the forces of evil and the forces of light, represented by the Masters of Wisdom and their disciples. Neither side was strong enough to win the war, and there was a stalemate. Then the heavenly man or God who ensouls our planet decided to sink the continent of Atlantis to bring the war to an end. After the sinking of the continent of Atlantis, masters retreated to the desert and mountainous regions of Earth. It is said by Mr. Creme that they are now one by one returning to the everyday world, and eventually about 40 of them will be living openly in the world, advising and teaching humanity. Only 63 of them are involved with human evolution, while others are involved with the evolution of animal, plant and mineral kingdoms. According to Mr. Creme, 15 of them have already returned to the everyday world and are currently living in major cities of the world. They will show humanity that every human being can one day be like them. According to Master Dijal Kul, hierarchy is the result of human activity and aspiration. It has been created by humanity. Its members are human beings who have lived, suffered, achieved, failed, attained success, endured death, and passed through the experience of resurrection. All states of consciousness are known to them, and they have mastered all of them. They have mastered them as men, thus guaranteeing to humanity the same ultimate achievement. Hierarchy is a community of successful men who submitted themselves to the same purificatory fires of daily living, working out their own salvation as men and women, businessmen, as husbands and wives, farmers and rulers, and that they know life in all their phases and gradation. The hierarchy is not separate from humanity. The work of all three centers, Shamballa, the head center of the planet, hierarchy, the heart center of the planet, and humanity, the throat center of the planet, are merged, fused, and interdependent. Shamballa is the highest spiritual center on earth, where the Lord of the world, or God, resides with his council of ministers including Buddha. It is an etheric center in sky of the Gobi Desert in China. Lord of the world is referred to as Sanat Kumara in Eastern teachings. Jesus referred to him as my Father in heaven, and he is referred to as God in all the world religions. Shamballa represents the divine will or purpose. Buddha, the illumined one, is the spiritual intermediary between the highest spiritual center, Shamballa, and the hierarchy. The Buddha is the expression of the wisdom of God, the embodiment of light, and the indicator of divine purpose. He was the previous world teacher and head and leader of the spiritual kingdom. 2,500 years ago he manifested himself through his disciple Prince Siddhartha Gautama by overshadowing him. Prince Siddhartha was known as Gautama Buddha. Every year on the first full moon day in Taurus or Wesak day, which usually falls in May or sometimes in April, Buddha visits the hierarchy and meets them in a valley in Himalayas, and he is received by the three heads of the hierarchy, the Christ, Manu, Lord of civilization, all the masters of wisdom, and their assembled disciples. The hierarchy's appearance on the physical plane is not only due to hierarchical intent, but to the demand of mankind and due the strong vibration and note humanity has set up. To that extent humanity controls the activities of the hierarchy and thus precipitates action. At the same time all that can be traced back to Shamballa is inherent in divine purpose and is impulsed and impelled by Shamballa energy, distributed throughout the planet via the hierarchy in the majority of cases. Both hierarchy and humanity are brought under the influence of extraplanetary forces, coming via Shamballa.